You know who else has scoliosis?
Who?
Haley Kiyoko.
Oh.
Yeah, she did a whole thing about it. About how she has really good posture, and everybody's like, "How the heck do you have really good posture?" And she's like, "Oh, because I had scoliosis when I was younger, so they made me wear a brace all the time."
Yep.
So now she has super good posture, and I'm like, I'm on one hand jealous that she has really good posture. On the other hand, I don't want to wear a brace, so I'm gonna try to avoid getting scoliosis.
Yeah.
As much as I can.
I not only had to have a brace, but they opened my back in an operation. Oof. And then I had to wear a brace. But anyways.
Sorry I had to go through all that.
No. It's okay. It happened twice, but we're good.
Oh my god. I've been in the hospital too many times, and it's not even that many times, and I'm just that's too many times.
No, yeah. One time is too many times.
Yeah.
Anyways, hello.
Hi.
My name is Elle.
I'm Cody.
Welcome to the Horror Corner.
Oh, I'm spooked already.
Yes.
Did you hear that theme song? We're very proud of that theme song. I didn't have any part in it. That was all Elle.
Oh, thank you. I love getting credit. Wow.
Yeah. Such a great masterpiece.
Thank you. Oh yeah, and I also didn't make any of it. It's all from FreeSound, but I did compile it.
Shh. Don't tell the listeners that.
I'm sorry.
Trade secrets.
I don't want to get sued if we get super famous and then the person who made that background beat the do.
I mean, it's FreeSound. It's free.
Okay.
No.
I know. Okay. Well,
we put all credits in the description. I should probably update that on our show description on YouTube, where you can find all of our episodes. I drank. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. No, we're good.
I basically stayed up and didn't think about that because I was really just thinking about how warm my bed was because my window's been open all day.
I know. You texted me at 10 that you were going to go to bed, and the last thing...
Hold on. I said I was going to do a bunch of things before I went to bed. I did not say I was going to bed at that time.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you said that you were going to bed, that your last thing was to put
in my head, I was ready
song.
Yes.
And then I woke up this morning and you had texted me at 1:30 and I'm like, God damn it, Cody.
Well, also the glorious thing about YouTube, this is what I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to finish exporting the video for YouTube at 11.
Uh-huh.
And then upload it by midnight, maybe by 11:30, hopefully.
Uh-huh.
If I was going to find the energy to get up and get my Ethernet cable, which I did not, and then have it queued to post at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
In the time that I said I was going to do notes, I didn't do any notes. Thus, I did not have a topic until this morning.
And that, folks, is why we're recording at 3:15 when we had planned on 12:30.
You know, in the long run, it's probably better because I also drank a Red Bull at 10 o'clock last night.
Wait, last night, not 10 this morning?
No, 10 o'clock last night.
Okay.
I drank a Red Bull to get all of this done.
Oh my, dude.
So I didn't get anything done really besides posting things and watching a lot of tech and dog videos.
Yeah.
But I did happen to wake up, when my alarm went off at 10 o'clock, which is my last alarm. So...
Oh my god.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I also definitely contributed to this. I woke up with, I don't know, I took a Sudafed last night, which I told you about, Cody, and it gave me fucking anxiety attacks, and then I woke up still anxiety attacking, and then I chilled out, and now we're here, and then I did my notes. Woohoo! Literally right up until 12:30, and that, or no, up until 1, and then I was so relieved when he told me, like, I think I'm gonna have to postpone, and that was really good. I
Yeah.
love I love how it all works out sometimes.
I mean, in hindsight, I definitely should not have only had Red Bulls and Cheez-Its yesterday.
I mean,
Like, that's pretty much all I consumed yesterday, and I'm not proud of it. I might have gotten more done if that wasn't the case.
Maybe.
So I'm kind of, I will admit that I'm disappointed in myself, but we're here now, and I have some notes.
Me too. Yeah. We're good. We're gonna kill it. Those podcasts.
No, I mean, that's a good reminder that, you know, on this podcast, it is about things that are horror related and horrible to think about. So, if you're really not into, like, murder and stuff related to murder.
And we don't like that. That's, no. And we like talking about it.
Sorry, now I'm, like, trying to quickly finish the thing that I'm eating while I'm trying to describe the disclaimer and warning. Hold on.
No, yeah, it's okay. On my end, I don't think there's anything too bad that I should give a warning about. We are going to talk a little bit about anti-Semitism, but
oh, surprise! Me too.
I know. Oh, fun.
Wow.
Okay, well, is there anything?
Episode 2 already in sync. Wow.
Is there anything especially grody that you would like to give our listeners a head up about?
I mean, all of it's pretty bad. I think the biggest thing is to say that, you know, last week I wanted to, like, start off with something that was a little bit more lighthearted. It started off as, like, a thing, but then it turned into kind of a joke. And, you know, this is going to be serious all the way through. It's pretty gruesome.
Okay.
I am actually going to do this in 2 parts because it is a little bit long. And I just wanted to give everyone kind of the proper recognition that they deserve. So this will be a 2-parter. Next week I will be covering the second part of this. So
well, I haven't even had a chance to ask you. How are you?
Well,
aside from eating Cheez-Its, I don't know if that was your thing.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I had some Cheez-Its, and that's pretty much it to eat. And then I made the decision to drink a Red Bull at 10 p.m.
Yep.
But I got an episode posted, so, you know, that's an accomplishment. That's pretty much all I did yesterday.
It is, yeah.
I don't know, I woke up still feeling kind of jittery, and I was like, this is wrong.
Yeah. No, same.
But you know what I did?
What did you do?
I went and made coffee.
Oh, heck yes.
So, I'm still feeling pretty jittery.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm like, yay, that's a normal part of Seattleites' routine. And then, like, oh no, that's more caffeine for Cody.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I know. I feel like coffee at this point doesn't even give me any other, like, energetic satisfaction other than that it's part of my routine and I do it every single morning. And it's so culturally ingrained, and it just feels, like, weird. I don't even feel, like, tired. I just feel weird and off my game if I don't have my morning coffee. I'm good.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah. Feeling a lot less anxious. I'm gonna try to get my money back for the Sudafed, but I don't think they're gonna give it to me since it's already open. And
wait, what happened to the Sudafed?
What? Oh, it just gave me panic attacks.
Oh, so you're just not gonna continue taking it? Yeah, that's understandable.
I don't know if that warrants asking for a refund or not, but I broke, so might as well ask. I don't know. Yeah.
Sudafed's kind of like kind of a controlled substance. They only let you have, like, a certain amount a year.
No, yeah, like, I had to, like, fill out my information and then sign for it. And I guess they take a list of, like, everyone so that they can keep track of it. Okay.
Cool. Now are you ready to jump in the time machine?
Yes. Let's do it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm in. Take me there.
Great. We're going to go and punch in the numbers 1888. No, this is not a phone number. I just realized how much like a phone number that sounds.
1888. 1-800. No.
All right. Let's jump in the time machine, and we're going to punch in the numbers 1888 East End, London, which is also known as Whitechapel.
Okay, I'm there.
Great.
And
let me scroll up my notes. There we go. It was a kind of a heavy crime, heavy drug area, mostly Jewish and Russian immigrants who lived there.
Oh, great. We're going to have a theme.
Oh, yeah. Hiring a sex worker was legal as long as you were discreet about it, which meant basically just don't have sex on the street. You can go into an alley, go into a building, just be discreet about it,
Just bang it out in the alley. Great. Okay.
Yep. Cool. Just not in the street where anybody can see it.
Okay. I mean, probably a good judgment call.
I did not do a good transition into this because, again, I picked my topic this morning.
That is okay.
And so my next bullet point is that the person I'm going to be talking about only killed on weekends and bank holidays between 3 and 6 a.m. Great. Do you know who this is yet?
No? Jack the Ripper?
Okay. Yeah!
Oh, I knew it. Hell yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad you know some sort of timeline that we're talking about.
Yes, I do.
Great. So then we can just jump down a page. Yeah, so Jack the Ripper was most active, we believe, in 1888 to 1889. There were other alleged victims that might have occurred. Is that the right word? I think just alleged victims before that. But none of them have been, or before and after, but none of them have been ultimately confirmed. But also we don't know who Jack the Ripper is. So we've never gotten a confession or confirmation or anything. So all of these are mostly just assume that we aren't sure, but we're going to connect them to Jack the Ripper.
Got it.
Yeah, so his MO was usually strangulation, then mutilation by knife.
All right.
And this is where we kind of start to get into the more gruesome parts of what this podcast is going to be covering from now on. Congrats. Buckle in. This time machine is taking you a little bit on a faster pace than the previous story.
Okay.
Just get your... I'm trying to think of a comfort item.
Get my electric blanket and
perfect.
My dog.
Great. Hold your dog's paw tightly.
She literally doesn't give a shit about my distress right now, but she's just snoozing. Anyways, we're good.
Snoozing Susan.
Snoozing. Great. Yeah, that is her Instagram handle. Anyways.
No way.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
oh my god.
It's great. Anyways.
Right. Your dog is beautiful and amazing, but we need to not talk about her because all this is awful and I don't want to lump the two together.
Oh, no. Oh my god. My dog is not Jack the Ripper. Anyways.
Okay. So Jack the Ripper, Jack the Ripper strangled and mutilated people, which is awful. Mm-hmm. And he was originally believed to be left-handed because of the knife work that people found, but he is now believed to have been dominantly right-handed.
Okay.
And so he would strangle victims with his right hand and then use the knife to mutilate them with his left.
Oh my god.
So that's just some newer information that they've kind of figured out.
Okay.
And like I said, he had victims previous to the 5 main ones I'm going to be talking about. And then he has a whole bunch of other potential ones that they think might be connected to him, but there's never been an official confirmation, or alleged victims that have come forward or have been unidentified, so they're unable to connect them.
Yeah. I have a question. So how did they find out that he's actually right-handed? How did they figure that out?
So I think they just did further investigation on strangulation techniques. I really don't know. There wasn't really a way to figure all this stuff out. Scotland Yard back in the 1880s is not nearly as thorough as they are now, especially with DNA. So there are people who are still really into this sort of to this case and They still do research on it. They're still trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper was, even though we assume that he's been long dead. Like, he would be over 100 years old at this point.
Yeah. He's dead.
So, I mean, there's speculation that Jack the Ripper was a man. There's speculation that Jack the Ripper was a left-handed man, a right-handed man, that he could have been a woman. Like, there's all these theories about him, but we still really just don't know who he is.
Yeah.
You only know him by his work, so.
By his work. Oh my god.
I know. I hate saying that, but it's the only way I can think of saying it right now. And I'm trying to be like as respectable and as sensitive as possible to the topic, to the victims, and Yeah. So there were 5 victims that we consider canonical and confirmed to be his victims. The first of which was Mary Ann Nichols, who was discovered at 3:40 in the morning on the 31st of August, 1888, on Bucks Row, which was an area on the east end of London, also known as Whitechapel.
Okay.
That street is now called Durward Street. It probably sounds better in an English accent, but I cannot do that. Her lower abdomen was ripped open partially, and there were a bunch of other incisions around the area on her abdomen that they think was done around the same time with the same knife.
Nope.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Her throat was also severed by 2 cuts, but none of her organs were missing, which will be important in a second, because Annie Chapman, the second canonical victim, who was discovered at 6 a.m. on the 8th of September, 1888, on Hanbury Street in Spitalfields. Mm-hmm. There's an L in there.
Okay.
She was found in the doorway of one of the backyards on the street, and her throat was also severed by 2 cuts, like Nichols.
Oh, no.
Nichols is.
Oh, no.
Apostrophe S's. Her abdomen was completely ripped out, completely open. Wow. Her abdomen was completely ripped open this time, and was later discovered that her uterus had been taken out.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to continue quickly running through these because it's just disgusting human behavior. The third canonical victim was Elizabeth Stride.
Oh, hey, that's my name. And not Stride.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Anyways, it's not me. I'm still here.
On the 30th of September, 1888, around 1 a.m., Elizabeth Stride was found in... I don't think I typed that right, but it might be correct.
Okay.
Was found in Dutfield's yard, right off Burner Street, which is now called Henriques Street in Whitechapel. Mm-hmm. She had 1 clear-cut incision on the left side of her neck that severed the main artery on that side of her neck.
Oh my God.
There were no further mutilations on her body, which makes people think that Stride wasn't actually a victim of Jack the Ripper. But people also theorized that he was interrupted in the middle of his work, so he never got to finish, and that led him to perform another attack on the same morning, just later.
Great.
And that attack was on Catherine Eddowes.
Hey, the names are really piling up.
Yeah. So around 1:45 on the same morning as Elizabeth Stride, just 45 minutes later, Catherine Eddowes was found in Mitre Square. I think it's Mitre. It might be Mitre, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's Mitre. Catherine Eddowes was found in Mitre Square in the city of London, which is an area within the city of London.
Okay.
Yeah. Her throat was severed and her abdomen was ripped open just like the others, but this time Eddowes' left kidney and her uterus were removed.
Jesus, what is with this
Actually,
person?
Just kidding. This is worse. Her left kidney and most of her uterus were removed.
Oh my God. I don't like that. I don't like what everything that implies.
It's not great. Part of her apron was found at the entrance of a tenement on Golston Street, which is also in Whitechapel, so away from the body.
So
the apron had blood on it.
Are these all sex workers at this point?
Yeah, a lot of these victims were considered or thought to be sex workers. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of women that you wouldn't notice going missing, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sex workers are, like, still among the most likely to
Yeah, which is really unfortunate.
Violence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so her apron was found at the entrance of a tenement in Golson Street away from her body, which I thought was interesting because
Yeah.
we'll talk about it later on, but people think that he wore an apron as well, so I
Okay.
guess it wasn't his apron. But the apron had blood on it under a piece of graffito, which is the singular form of graffiti.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Ah.
I don't like it either.
Huh. Yeah. I'm just like
Um,
trying to imagine when I have ever seen just like a single graffiti on it. Anyways,
you
sorry.
mean a single graffito?
Oh my god. Just okay.
Um,
I hate that.
yeah, well, I don't think you're gonna like what happens next either.
Okay.
Graffito seemed to say that someone Jewish was responsible, because remember this is a Jewish and Russian immigrant area.
Oh no.
So people are probably xenophobic.
Yeah.
Not great. But they weren't able to determine, the police were not able to determine whether or not that piece of information was purely incidental and just happened to appear as a result of the bloody apron left on the stairs, or if the graffito was indeed part of the case. But luckily, the police commissioner, Charles Warren, had it washed away before the sun came up, in fear that the graffito would start anti-Semitic riots. So fortunately, it wasn't up for that long, but it was still, the act took place, and that's not great.
Yeah. That's one good thing that the police officer did, I guess.
Yeah.
Was think about that. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, so the final canonical victim, her name was Mary Jane Kelly. She was found mutilated and disemboweled on her bed in her single room at 13 Miller's Court, just off Dorset Street in Spitalfields, at 10:45 a.m. on the 9th of November, 1888.
I don't like disemboweling. That is the worst.
I know. I can't believe that she was like in her bed.
No,
someone came into her home and did this.
I know. That is my worst fear, that I'll be sleeping.
And it happened at like 10:45 in the morning. Definitely in broad daylight. These other ones happened like earlier in the morning at like 3 a.m. and like this is just ridiculous.
I am on the regular in bed until noon. Oh my! I hate that.
And so like it's
that,
just
like, the sun coming up doesn't make you any more safe. Ugh.
Yeah, I just ugh.
Okay.
Her throat had been severed. Sorry, let me just return to worse things. Her throat had been severed down her spine. Her face was super mutilated. Her heart was missing, and almost all of her organs were taken out of her abdomen.
Why does this man collect organs?
I do not know. But there are definitely theories that we will go over in part 2 of this.
Okay. Sorry. I'm ahead of myself.
I don't know. I appreciate the questions. We're not there yet.
Okay.
And I don't have any answers for you as of this moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So there are pictures of her body on Wikipedia that I really don't recommend looking at if you are the slightest bit squeamish.
I'm sorry. Just ethically, why would pictures of her body be posted?
Because they were on the police news site and they're public domain because it's been so long, and they're really just trying to help, or they're trying to find the person who did it.
Okay.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah. I mean,
it's public domain because it happened so long ago. They're like, we don't really care about, like...
Okay.
And plus, like, since her face is so messed up, they're not worried about identities being leaked.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, there's literally a disclaimer on the Wikipedia, like, image page that says... This image is public domain in, I think, England specifically because they're unidentified and it happened so long ago. And in the United States, it's public domain because it happened before, or it was taken before 1923.
Okay. I mean, that makes me feel better. I'm also just like...
Does it?
I mean, if it's to try to, like, solve the crime, I'm just worried about, like...
Right.
Assholes making memes out of it or something. That's like,
oh yeah,
like what people do.
I don't
with
know
that
how you could. This It would get shut down really quick. This image is not great.
Okay.
She also has like an entire article on her, and they have the most information about her history. And yeah, I recommend that you do look at her Wikipedia page if you're interested in this case at all.
Yeah.
But I won't be covering her entire article because she's like, they give her like whole history on like how she came to London and like all this stuff, and you know, like it's really hard to think about.
So, and listeners could find that on the Wikipedia page?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what's her name again?
Mary Jane Kelly. If you go to like the Jack the Ripper page, it links to her page.
Okay, cool.
So.
Go read up. Well, I know I will be reading up.
I was in the middle of eating Cheez-Its and I was like, I
know, yeah. I was like literally about to take a bite of pumpkin pie right before you said disembowel, and I literally like put my fork down.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, all of these except for Mary Kate, that's not her name, Mary Ann Kelly, took place at early hours of the morning on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Mm-hmm. So, like I said earlier, like he mostly acted on the weekends or like on bank holidays.
Then, like, did he have like a full-time job or something, or like was he? I don't know. Like,
we'll get there. There's a lot of theories. There's been a lot of people who have come forward admitting to it and not having actually done it.
Yeah. Okay.
So next week you'll hear all about it. Okay. I promise.
I have so many questions. Okay. Anyways, keep going.
So a couple of other victims that they have mostly the names of that they think Jack the Ripper may be responsible for, but aren't super positive. Again, there's descriptions of all of these cases on Wikipedia and other sites. There's too many things to get through, and we don't have enough time, and I want to give them respect, but we also don't have enough time.
Exactly. And like trying to cover all like the whole story versus just so
there's a lot going on, and there's just a lot of victims that I want to respect, but also we're not sure if they are Jack the Ripper's doing.
Yeah.
So Emma Elizabeth Smith and Martha Tebram both took place before the canonical 5. Mm-hmm. So before August of 1888. Rose Millett, Alice Mackenzie, Francis Coles, and the Pinchin Street torso, which is unfortunately unidentified.
Wait,
all took place after.
Torso.
Yeah, a headless torso.
Great. Okay.
Yep. So it's unfortunately unidentified, but other things happened to it as well.
Please tell me it doesn't get worse. It probably does.
There's more alleged victims.
I call that getting worse.
Okay.
Let's keep rolling.
I'm going to read through them anyways. So there's an alleged victim. I start all of these sentences with alleged victim, so I'm just going to stop after the first couple.
Okay.
Just assume that they are alleged victims.
Yes.
Alleged victim who had a stake thrust through her abdomen. Alleged victim who was admitted to a workhouse infirmary with stab wounds in her legs and lower torso. There was someone who survived being stabbed through her neck.
Wow.
Someone who reported an attack, but her wounds could have been self-inflicted, so they're really not sure. Someone who was a headless torso, another one, found in the basement of the new Metropolitan Police headquarters that was currently being built at the time.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he was really showing off. Really taunting them. And this misled the police to think it was part of another ongoing investigation into a torso killer, who I guess was leaving torsos along the Thames River at the time, and it made them wonder if Jack the Ripper and the torso killer were the same person.
Okay.
There was another alleged victim who was strangled with clothing, had a large tear in her groin area and superficial cuts to her back and legs, and was mutilated with a knife in New York City. So kind of far off from London, but at the time they were thinking that she might have been part of the Jack the Ripper case because of the similarities in the attack.
Yeah.
But it turned out that they were just There's no correlation.
Yeah. And was it being like highly publicized even in America? Like, could there have
Oh,
been
absolutely.
copycats? Okay. Ugh.
Absolutely.
Yikes.
Um, I didn't write this down, but in the Wikipedia article that I just pulled up again because I wanted to double check my notes,
Uh-huh.
there was also John Gill, a 7-year-old boy who was found murdered in Manningham, Bradford,
Oh
in just
no.
1888. His legs had been severed, his abdomen opened. I don't know why I'm reading this to you. We don't have to read everything.
Okay.
But the similarities with the murder to Mary Kelly, the one who was found in her bed,
Yeah.
led the press to speculate that the Ripper had killed him.
Okay.
But no one was ever prosecuted because
Yeah.
there wasn't enough evidence.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of things happened. They're not really sure if he was responsible for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, when people ask you like, oh yeah, who's the most prolific killer in history? And like, he was probably one of the first serial killers to be like known and actually addressed and
Yeah.
sensationalized and all of that.
Uh-huh.
But he's definitely not the most prolific. He's only known for five confirmed murders.
Okay.
So, yeah, people were surprised, like, only 5 victims, but, like, they really don't know.
Yeah.
He could have been responsible for so many more, and they just don't know.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay.
So there were some witnesses to this, and I want to hear a little bit about what you think Jack the Ripper looks like.
Like honestly, the imagery that I'm probably thinking of is based off of like all those like TV shows recently. I don't know.
Yeah, have
like,
you seen the Gentleman Jack series that came out?
Yeah, this like dirty London man, white man with brown hair, slicked back, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, dirty 1800s white man kind of vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if you've seen the Gentleman Jack series or you just Google it, you watch a trailer, that is exactly pretty much how I always imagined Jack the Ripper, with like a long dark cape and a black top hat.
Mm-hmm.
Super classy, but also committing horrible crimes.
Yep.
I thought the show was actually going to be about Jack the Ripper, but then I watched the trailer and found out it was definitely not.
Oh.
Although it does have gay in it, and that's almost better.
It has gay?
Yes.
Oh,
Gentleman Jack
yeah. Okay.
is a woman.
Oh, heck yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. And, well, anyways. Back to the depressing, very real story, I guess.
Yeah, so they have some ideas of who they should be, like, looking for visually, not just, like, by evidence-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Because one witness saw Annie Chapman with a dark-haired man of shabby, genteel appearance, which is also corroborated by a statement. I don't think I spelled that right. By a statement from multiple witnesses who saw a man with Elizabeth Stride, who was the third victim, ? That had either fair or dark complexion, which is absolutely not helpful.
Yeah.
And then some said he was also not well-dressed, while some said that he was well-dressed.
Great.
So also not helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's just like wildly different descriptions of this person.
Yeah.
Which is, not great, not helpful in any way.
And maybe he like changed his disguise from like murder to murder.
Right. I mean, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
An interesting theory that I honestly haven't thought about.
Also,
because I mean, like
Oh, sorry.
You just like you hear about all these like master of disguises.
Yeah.
These people who just like change their appearance and look completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely an idea.
Yeah. Well, when you said that people said that he looked genteel, does that mean like that he didn't look Jewish?
Like well dressed.
Okay.
Not Gentile. No.
Okay. Gotcha.
I don't know. A man named Joseph Lawland.
Mm-hmm.
let me try that again. A man named Joseph Lawand, yes, saw a, quote, fair-haired man of shabby appearance, end quote, with a woman who could have been Catherine Eddowes when he walked through the square with some friends. But there's really no way of confirming the sighting. So he's walking through the square with some friends, and he saw Catherine Eddowes, or who he thought could have been Catherine Eddowes, with a man who could have been Jack the Ripper.
Okay.
This also took place at 1 a.m., which seems kind of weird and unlikely that people would just be walking around, but I guess they were coming home from a bar or something. I also heard on a podcast that 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., the times at which most of the murders took place, was like late 1800s rush hour, which seems kind of early, but, you know, maybe Joseph was getting an early start to the day at 1 a.m.
Like, a rush hour, as in, like, horse traffic?
Like, that's when everyone got up and, like, went to work.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I mean, if you think about, like, farming, that's kind of
the
time to do it. So I guess they just weren't, like, their internal clocks hadn't shifted so far forward to, like, where we are today.
And was this part of England industrialized at this point?
I wish I knew the answer to that. But I don't.
Okay. That is totally fine. Yeah.
It's during, like, the Victorian era, so I think so.
Yeah, I would guess so. I, like, remember, like, all of the, like, TV shows and movies about it kind of show industrial.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point most of England, or, like, most of London specifically, was industrialized.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so next week I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the investigation, because there's also a lot of information on that, and I couldn't get to it. There's just so many things, and so many theories, and so many ideas, and so many people involved, because like I said, like, there's still people working on it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I really just wanted to give tribute to the victims. This episode.
Yeah, and it is, like, such a long old story that you just can't cram it into a short time. I'm excited for next week to learn about the theories. Because,
I mean, trying to solve things is a lot more cheerful and, like, a lot more exciting than hearing about all the things that happened.
A lot more hopeful than someone got disemboweled.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, hopeful is definitely not the word, not cheerful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, next week, investigation time.
Yay!
Get on your detective hat.
I will. I'm excited. Cool. Good story, Cody.
Thank you.
Excited for the continuation.
How are you going to spook me today?
I feel like this moment, and, like, that's what we drink, it would be the little, like, wine glass clink, and then the advertisements.
I can get my, I can get up for a second and get my other ginger beer.
Oh, nice. And then open it? Oh,
yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm worried it's not going to pick up.
All right, so
where were we? Trying to pop open bottles and failing.
Yeah, popping open bottles, trying to make a transition between murder to ghosts.
I was gonna say death, but I think death is also involved in ghosts a lot of times.
I mean, it's sort of a necessary precursor, I guess, to being a ghost. Yeah. You could say that. Okay, so if you hear Susan eating in the background,
a little bit.
Should we wait until she's done? I swear to God. Or just keep going. We're good. We're fine.
I think we're fine.
Okay. Okay, so I did say last episode that I'm gonna do a haunted object series, and
yes,
I have continued that, which is good because it would just be the second.
You can definitely hear commercial break.
Commercial break.
All right, there we go.
And she's done. Okay, so
spook me.
Okay, Cody.
Yes.
I'd like to imagine, or I'd like you to imagine coming across a beautiful wine cabinet at a yard sale. It's see the wine cabinet.
I have ideas for this.
Okay. Then, imagine asking the owner about it, as they're purchasing it about its history. She
Okay.
says that it was her grandmother's. You say, wow, here, please take it back if it's an important family relic. But the owner says, we don't want it. There's something wrong with it.
Oh, okay. Is it like broken or something?
The owner then goes on to say how her grandmother was a Holocaust survivor, and her grandmother brought this box back from Spain on her way to traveling to the U.S. And that there is something very haunted about this box.
Then I don't want it either. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So then, imagine yourself in some universe saying, all right, time to give this thing a spin, sell it on eBay under a scary name, and make it into a paranormal sensation. Woohoo!
Yay!
A Holocaust survivor grandma's wine box. Let's just make this a really popular thing. Oh, God.
I'm ready.
Okay. Do you have an idea of what I'm talking about right now?
I think I do. I'm already terrified.
Okay.
More terrified than I was for Robert the Doll. Because okay. I did not like this.
Yeah, no.
I had nightmares about this. Yep. So I'm ready.
Is the object that you're thinking of the dybbuk box?
It is!
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Well, let's dive into it here.
Dybbuk box for $300. Ready? Go.
Yeah, I'll buy it off eBay. The fifth owner to die. Anyway.
Do I hear 500?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay. Anyways, so the urban legend of the dybbuk box was born when Kevin Manus posted a wine cabinet for auction on eBay with a spooky story in the description. And I say urban legend because the dybbuk box was not a thing until 2001 when this man posted it on the internet. So, and I will explain that later. To me,
okay, because it's been like 60 years since World War II and the Holocaust.
Yeah, and like also like I thought
not even 60 years.
Yeah. I thought when I first started like hearing about the story, of course from Zach Bagans, that the dybbuk box was like a timeless thing all throughout Jewish history, and this was like just like part of Jewish folklore. But no, it's an urban legend from America, non-Jews. Anyways, we're gonna get into the problems with that later. Yeah, go America. We love appropriating Jewish objects.
By the way, it's also Indigenous People Day at the time of recording.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
America.
Go America. Oh, God.
Ugh.
Moment of silence, maybe. I don't know. Whew. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Press F to pay respects.
Yes. And we live in Seattle where it is like officially Indigenous Peoples Day versus Columbus Day in Seattle, right?
So a lot of offices are not closed.
Yeah.
Except for the federal buildings, which are closed because they still celebrate bad things.
Columbus Day.
Well, okay, I don't want to say celebrate. They observe.
I mean, I'd say that they celebrate it because it's a celebration of things that they probably don't think are genocide. But
well, that's true, but also like I feel like a lot of people, not all people, but like a lot of people are like removed from that, so they more celebrate the fact that they don't have to work.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So they're just riding on the coattails of the thing that they are actually celebrating about.
Yeah. I just like remember in like elementary school it being a big deal, and we would talk about Columbus sailed the ocean blue and like in Boise.
Oh yeah, like school. We had a whole song about it.
Yeah, like it was a celebration of Columbus when I was growing up. But that's also in Boise,
yeah, I mean growing up I also thought it was very fishy.
Yeah,
that he came to a land where there was already people.
Yeah,
and called it his.
Yeah, no. That just it didn't really seem right ever. I don't know. Yeah.
We're a growing country.
Yeah,
We're in our
we
teen
are.
years. We're fairly young in comparison to a lot of other, and like in relation to other countries. So
Yeah.
it's a painful learning process.
Yeah. A lot of people are trying, and that's why I stay here. But also because I don't have the financial means to move anywhere else. But also, I feel like
Yeah.
there's some kind of obligation to make things better.
I mean, while you're here, you might as well,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Just one of those things.
Yeah.
Just do your best.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's
Sorry.
talk about.
Long tangent.
That's okay. Let's talk about Goyish misconceptions of Judaism. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so, anyways, so the story started when Kevin Manis posted a wine cabinet for auction on eBay, and on Wikipedia they call it a fictionalized like story description about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like they say that it was fictionalized, but from what I've heard of Kevin Manis, when I've heard him speak, he seems very intense about everything that happened after he bought it. So I don't know how fictional it is. And when I'm like skeptical about the legend, like I'm not saying that the paranormal things didn't happen. I'm just saying like that the appropriation of it was wrong. Like I feel like the paranormal things totally could have happened. I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm just like I don't know. Anyways, so the reason that Manis bought this object was because he owned an antique store. So he was gonna like I don't know collect it as an antique or something. And then upon finding out that the box was actually a family heirloom, he offered to return it to the owner, who said that she didn't want it, and she gave an explanation. Her grandmother, Havala, I think, Havala was a Holocaust survivor who escaped to Spain. While in Spain, on her way to like move to the U.S., she bought this wine cabinet and brought it with her to America. Also, what's interesting is that the granddaughter doesn't have a name. Like Kevin doesn't give her name, and I don't know. I just think that's fishy.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, like he has a name for the Holocaust survivor and not for her grandma. Or her granddaughter. I don't know.
Okay.
But so, the granddaughter said that it had been kept in her grandma's sewing room and had never been opened because it, quote, contained a dybbuk. And guess what Manis does?
Okay, first of all, guess? What's a dybbuk?
We will get into that now. Yeah. But
so I'm assuming that he opens the box and finds out.
Yeah, he does open the
box.
Oh, wow,
okay. Didn't he know that curiosity killed the cat and might also kill him too?
I mean, white non-Jewish people don't really seem to get that concept. I don't know.
Ugh.
But anyways.
Okay. So all right. Here we go. Open that box.
We will get to what the dybbuk is, but first I'm going to tell you what he found in the box. So, he finds two 1920s pennies.
Wait, okay, so he opened the box and there was actually stuff inside.
Yes, there was stuff inside.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Sorry.
Sorry. No, you're good. I appreciate your questions. He finds two 1920s pennies, a lock of blonde hair wrapped in cord, a lock of brown hair wrapped in cord, a small statue engraved with shalom, which means peace, in case anyone doesn't know. There's also a wine goblet, a single dried rosebud, and a single candle holder with 4 octopus-shaped legs. So,
okay. Yeah. A pretty eclectic collection of items.
I know, like something that you think like, oh, this must be really special to someone. Let's
just
give
not
it,
to me.
Yeah, let's give it a proper burial. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, he starts giving it to people, and people start dying and having a lot of issues. Yeah.
That's worse.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, let's pause here and talk
Okay.
about the Jewish lore of what dybbuks are versus like American understanding of what a dybbuk is in the context of the urban legend.
Okay.
So, the Jewish understanding of a dybbuk is also pretty varied. A lot of people have a lot of different definitions, which is basically Judaism. So,
Okay.
the Yiddish dictionary online defines it as an evil soul of a dead person which resides in a living person, expelled only by magic. Um, and then another definition from, oh boy, I don't know if I can pronounce their name. A Sane Badu Abadoyas, and J. L. Wold. Sorry,
Nope, you're good.
yeah,
You're good.
I'm pretty sure that they're Spanish authors. In
Okay.
their book, A History of the Hebrew Language, dybbuk can also mean the act of sticking. So like sticking to someone, I guess. Which I just think,
Oh, I don't like that.
I know, yeah, it's like really creepy, but also like very like specific with powerful imagery that I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
sticking to you like a piece of gum sticks to your shoe. I don't like that.
I don't like it.
But okay, so for some
Please tell me more.
for some context about why my abhorrent tone might be coming out is that I'm like almost Jewish, which means I'm converting, and I'm hoping to be a fully fledged Jew by the end of good old 5780, which is the Jewish New Year this year. Yay, 5780.
Wait.
What?
Oh, I see. Hold on. Math works like this. People who think Jesus already showed up,
Yeah,
the Savior. I mean, okay, either way, Jesus showed up.
yeah.
But people who already think that the Savior showed up,
Mhm.
that's what year it is now. That's why it's 5780.
Yeah,
Got it.
I think so. That makes sense because
Well, I mean, the difference between Christianity and Judaism is that people who believe in Christianity is that they believe that Jesus was
yeah,
Christ the Savior,
yeah.
versus people who are Jewish believe that he was not, and that they're still waiting. So
yeah,
there is no before Christ and after Christ.
yeah, yeah. It's also
Or like, sorry, after death.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like not just that we think that Jesus wasn't the Messiah, but it's like a lot more casual than that. It's just like, okay, we don't think he was it. We're still waiting. Let's keep doing our thing. Like,
Okay, yeah.
I feel like
that's the way it was explained to me growing
Okay.
up. I'm a lifelong Catholic through and through. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it was explained to me.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. I feel, and like this is mostly for our non-Jewish listeners, I feel like a lot of people think that in synagogue, like what we do is just talk about how we don't believe in Jesus, but like Jesus's name just doesn't come up. Like it's just not.
I mean, there's a lot
there.
more to, like, the Bible specifically than Jesus.
Exactly.
There's
yeah.
the whole Old Testament, which is like what Judaism is mostly based on,
Yeah, yeah, like
which doesn't have Jesus at all. So
yeah.
there's other things to do.
Yeah. There's like the whole Torah and the whole Talmud, and like then there's the
Yeah.
commentary, the midrash. Yeah, it's just insane,
Huh.
but good in a good way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot to do. I just don't know what that all means.
Yeah. No, it's very complicated. Basically, just a lot of Jewish people talking and arguing with each other, and it's great because that's accepted and a good thing. But
That's good.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's good. That's why I like it, honestly. Okay, but anyways, so I'm just trying to say that I have a personal stake in it. So if I sound angry about it, that is why. And like, I'll explain why I'm not okay with this, with certain aspects of this urban legend. But so basically, I just want to say that like when I first started converting, I was like super interested in like Jewish folklore and like and mysticism and stuff. So I asked my rabbi about like dybbuk boxes, and she was like, I've never heard of a dybbuk box. Like I know what a dybbuk is, but that's what?
Never heard of it connected to a box.
Yeah, like
Got it.
and like dybbuks like also aren't, they're not like the Catholic conception of like demons. They're like much more like I don't know, like there's this idea that someone controls them and puts them in another person, but like they have to be attached to a living being, like and them being attached to an inanimate object just doesn't make sense. But anyways, so
I see. Okay.
I don't know what is actually possessing that box, but it's probably not a dybbuk in the Jewish sense. But anyways, so and like all the rabbis that I've talked to, they're like, no, that is not.
So it's kind of been like appropriated for this box situation.
Exactly. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I like started looking into it after that because I was kind of embarrassed to learn that like there's not a lot of Jewish folklore around like angels and demons and all that. Like there's like the supernatural just doesn't have a huge presence in like Jewish life unless you go into Kabbalah, which is a whole different text.
That's interesting. I've never thought of that.
So, Mana starts giving this box around to people. I'm not like sure exactly what that means. He like sold it to some people, but then I guess he gave it to his mom as a birthday present, and I guess her birthday's on Halloween. And guess what happened to his mom?
Death.
Well, she had a stroke.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Close.
Yeah, very close, very close. Yeah, but then so that was really fishy. So then, the box passed through a lot of hands before it ended up where it is now. So all owners of the box reported smelling cat urine and jasmine flowers.
Ooh. Jasmine flowers I'm fine with, but cat urine?
Yeah, no, that's weird. So there's that, and then all the owners also claim to have shared nightmares of that old hag accompanying the box. So like,
I just don't want that.
No, yeah, I don't want that either. That sounds disgusting. I already have sleep paralysis every night. I don't need that.
No.
Yeah,
It's terrifying.
I know.
Don't tell me about it.
What?
I don't want it. Don't tell me about it.
Well, in our like personal stories episode, I'm gonna have to tell you about it unless you strongly object.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like.
Here's the thing. I really enjoy being spooked like this, but also I'm terrified of sleep paralysis. Like, that's probably the thing I'm most scared of.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't have to talk about it now. I was just saying. I already have issues. I don't need an old hag.
I have to be in the mood for it,
Yeah. You have to be in the mood for an old hag.
Don't. Oh.
Ugh, yeah, no.
That's a sentence.
Oh, I meant just like having her around, not.
I get it, but just.
Yeah, no,
Out of context and blown way out of proportion,
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk about the health issues that the owners of the box have had.
Great.
Yep, so while the box was in their possession, the owners, well, I'm not sure exactly which owners, but multiple owners claimed to have gotten hives, coughing up blood.
Oh, no.
Head to toe welts, choking sensations, panic, anxiety, etc.
All of these things, except for coughing up blood, sound like things that I experience on the day-to-day. Is that bad?
I mean... if you have pre-existing health issues, I would say no. But also,
right.
maybe consider getting cleansed. I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe there's just a demon attached to me and I don't actually have major depression. Gosh. If I just got a white witch to cleanse me, all of my mental health issues would go away. But
I'll just write a letter to Robert the Dawn. Hopefully that'll change everything.
I mean...
That'll fix everything.
Yeah. Okay. Ask him to take away your depression.
Please take away my almonds.
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt anymore.
God. Ugh. Okay, well, this box got passed around 3 times before Haxton, the final owner of the box, I didn't put his first name. His last name is Haxton. I'm sorry, Haxton. But he was the final owner, and it took passing hands to 3 different owners for someone to talk to some rabbis and seal it up and bury it. So you think that that's the end of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, burying it seems like a good
Yeah, like
pirate method to get rid of your problems.
yeah, like in Judaism, like you bury stuff, you definitely don't burn it. But that like probably comes also from the Holocaust and stuff. Like if like you write a name of God on like a sticky note, you're supposed to bury it and not recycle or like burn it or anything.
Oh, right, because you can't like deface or destroy.
Yeah, exactly.
God's name. I see.
So like I'm like writing a novel and my characters are Jewish and I've like printed out like prayers with my novel with the like a manuscript, and now I just have like a bunch of copies from my workshop group just sitting around that I have to bury at some point.
Oh.
God. Anyways.
Well, if you ever need any help with that.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm absolutely down.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that my synagogue has like days where you bring in all of your stuff all of your papers to be buried.
I never thought of that.
And then you just do it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just like a lot of people in the city and stuff, like, who has a shovel?
Exactly.
Who has spaces to like bury things?
Yeah, who has a private garden to bury a bunch of paper in? Yeah.
People in gentrified areas, that's where.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that there's like a section of our cemetery that is for burying stuff like that. Anyways, we love Judaism. Yeah. But so anyways, Haxton buried it, talked to some rabbis to supposedly seal it up, but then he donated it to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum.
You done messed up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, you dug it up and broke whatever seal. I don't know what rabbi you got to like seal it, but apparently a rabbi sealed it, and then he just throws all that away.
Okay.
But anyways, so currently the box is in Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum, and there was that whole thing with like Kevin Malone opening it or something. It's on video. I don't know, but anyways.
Wait, Kevin Malone? Who's that?
I'm pretty sure that he's like a YouTube star or something, and he got invited over.
Okay, because I'm thinking about Kevin from The Office, and I don't think it's the same Kevin.
Oh, honestly, I was watching the Office last night, and I was high.
Is it Post Malone?
Yes, Post Malone. Oh my god, that is so funny. Okay, but yeah. Anyways,
not Post Malone, just Kevin Malone.
Yeah,
and not Kevin Malone from The Office.
Yeah, Kevin Malone. You know him from The Office. He was possessed by a voice telling him to open the box, and then he opened the box. Anyway, so the box is reopened in Zach Bagans' museum, and apparently anytime anyone tries to close the doors, they'll slowly open again over the night and then be open when they open the museum again in the morning. So, I don't know what the goalies have done, but they fucked up that box.
They really did.
Okay, so anyways, now it's time for more commentary.
Right.
I will try to make this short, but here's my explicit beef with this whole thing. So I came across an episode about the Dybbuk box on this paranormal investigation show called Evil Things. And in the episode, the main subject of the documentary was a podcast maker who had interviewed the current owner of the box. I think this was before Zach Bagan got his little paws on it. But this podcast maker said that it all traces back to its original owner, Havala. Havala was a Polish refugee that brought it with her when she fled the Holocaust, and that's when she had to do something quite dangerous, really. She attempted to trap a dybbuk in the box.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, with no other explanation about why she had to do something dangerous, or why she's to blame for the dybbuk and the I don't fucking know, but that just like pissed me the fuck off. But then by the end of the episode, he changes his story again by saying sometimes there's attachment to things that have witnessed stuff that's so terrible, like the Holocaust, and the energy consumes whatever is around, and it stays buried in that artifact, just waiting to unleash on someone. So it's like, is it that someone put the dybbuk in the box, or is it that the box has been
already came with it?
The Holocaust, and the Holocaust created a demon that was in the box? I don't know, but he starts with blaming a Holocaust survivor, which I don't know. Yeah. And also, where did the dybbuk come from? If that's the case, yeah, I don't know. Anyways. But yeah, so somehow this artifact, a heirloom of the intergenerational trauma that Jewish families are still going through because of the Holocaust, has now ended up being a paranormal sensation for non-Jewish people. And like I said, I'm not doubting that the wine cabinet was haunted. Like, honestly, if someone's bibby tells you that there's a demon in box and not to open it, like, I'm not going to question anyone's grandma who says that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's the person you listen to the most.
Exactly. Yeah. But I just feel like, I don't know, like, the sensationalization, it's really, like, just taking away from the fact that this is, like, part of Jewish history, whether or not
there's no respect, haunted. Yeah.
And, like, it's an artifact that someone's Holocaust survivor grandmother brought over from Spain. Like, how can you just sell that on eBay? Like, if you bought it, like, yeah, you legally have the rights, but that's not right to just, I don't know,
morally,
sell it to
that's
anyone.
not right. Please stop. Please don't.
And so now people are buying supposed dybbuk boxes, multiple, I guess there's multiple now, off the deep web, and messing with them, even though this should have been a one-time thing if there was a demon in the box. Like, it's not, there's not, like, multiples of it. But anyways, now it's becoming a thing, and, like, YouTubers will, like, open it, and sometimes there, like, will be, like, Jewish prayers, like, etched into the box itself.
Wait, and, YouTubers?
Yeah, YouTubers.
YouTubers need to stop. Oh my god.
I know, and there was this documentary about the dybbuk box I was gonna watch, but it started out just about people buying boxes off eBays, and I saw like the Shema on like in one of them, and that's like the most important Jewish prayer that you say the most often, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Like they're trying to make it, they're trying to replicate it and like sensationalize and sell it off for money.
I know.
But like they're not even doing it right.
I know, yeah, like
it would be more creepy if you didn't know the prayer. Like pick a more obscure prayer. Like, come on.
Exactly, yeah.
Put more work into it.
Also,
You're not fooling anyone.
I don't know who's making them. Like,
that is true.
And like, I don't know. When I watched like the first 5 minutes of this episode, the guy said, I'm not gonna get mine off eBay because those are fake. I'm gonna get mine from the deep from the dark web or something. And I'm just
because those are still not fake, right? Okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, people need to stop.
I know. So I feel like my story might have gotten more I don't know if I should call it political or not, because it doesn't feel political. It just feels like moral versus spooky. But anyways, I'm very passionate about the story and what's happening right now. Also, dybbuks are just fascinating. So if I find out more Jewish folklore about like the actual dybbuk and like Kabbalah and stuff, then I'll do something on it. But right now, I would definitely be interested in hearing more about it. Well, that is my angry story. Thank you for listening to my rant.
Of course.
Okay. Well, we have a very long episode. Well, Cody has a very long episode to edit because
yeah, you won't hear the full
right now
2 hours of this.
Yeah. Cody, where can you find us?
You can find us on Twitter at Horror Corner Pod. There's no cast at the end because it doesn't fit. I found that out the hard way.
Okay.
You can send in listener stories or just general fan mail to horrorcornerpodcast@gmail.com. You will also soon be able to find us on Instagram, and you can currently find us on YouTube for all of our episodes at the Horror Corner Podcast.
Yay! Yeah,
Yay!
I'm still struggling with the Instagram, but it'll be up soon, folks. We'll get it. It's gonna be great. Okay. All right. Well, that concludes our episode. I'm Elle.
I'm Cody.
And this is the Horror Corner Podcast. Thanks for listening. We'll be
see
back
you next week.
Bye.
Bye.